In this problem, we want to find the inverse function of f of x equals 2x minus 3 over x plus 2. So when finding the inverse, what we want to do first is, which I like to do, just rewrite this as y equals 2x minus 3 over x plus 2. Just replace the f of x with y. And then from here, wherever you see an x, replace with a y. Wherever you see a y, replace with an x. And a lot of people get a little thrown off, like, wait, I see two x's. Like, what happens with that? Do I have to rewrite two x's somewhere else? Like, no. All you have to do is just replace y with x, and then replace those x's with y. So it's going to be 2y minus 3 over y plus 2. It's not like I'm changing anything crazy. I'm just replacing those x's with y's. And then I don't, just because I had two x's doesn't mean I have to have two x's somewhere else. I just now have two y's. And then we're going to solve for y. So we want to get y by itself in the end. And at the end, another note I want to make real fast is when we get that y equal to whatever, we want to then also replace that with the f of negative 1 of x, the inverse, because that's what we're trying to figure out, the inverse. So we have to solve. Not the most straightforward solving, but a pretty fun solving problem here. So in order to solve this, I'm going to multiply by y plus 2. And then I'm going to have x times y plus 2 equals, y plus 2's cancel over here, so 2y minus 3. And then we want to distribute the x into here. So we're going to have xy plus 2x equals 2y minus 3. Now from here, it's kind of like, well, where do we go from here? So we want to get the y's all on one side and then everything else on the other. So I'm going to do two steps here. I'm going to subtract xy from both sides. And then I'm also going to add 3 to both sides. So I have 2x plus 3 equals 2y minus xy on that side. Because, and the whole reason I did that is this next step. Since I moved all the y's over to one side, I can now take out y from here, and I'm left with 2 minus x equal to 2x plus 3. Then I can now get y by itself, because I could divide by 2 minus x. So I get y is equal to 2x plus 3 over 2 minus x. Looks like that parentheses didn't carry there. So remember what I said before. You want to then, now that we have y by itself, you want to then replace that with the inverse of x equals 2x plus 3 over 2 minus x. And then the 2's cancel out. I'm just joking. It's a common mistake that I always see. Is people like, oh, 2, yeah, cool. No, cannot do that. So you get the inverse of 2x plus 3 over 2 minus x. Really good exercise on understanding how to solve for inverse, because there's a lot going on here. A lot of algebra, just a lot of algebra that is involved. But here it is.